everybody, this is Boog Reviews, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the NECA Alien Ultimate Big Chap Glow-in-the-Dark San Diego Comic-Con exclusive figure. So before we take a look at Big Chap, let's take a look at the accessories that he comes with. So first up, you get the egg base, and it looks very nice. It's got some really nice sculpting to the egg, and how it's open it looks nice. You get some sculpting to the inside of it, that texturing just looks really good. My only complaint is that this does tend to fall off the base itself because the egg and the base are two separate pieces. And unlike the previous version, this version, the egg tends to fall off of the base pretty frequently, especially if you turn it upside down. Which I don't know why you'd be doing that, but I'm just showing you that the previous version did not have that issue. And of course, if you take it off the base, then the bottom's gone. So if you take it off the base, then you can see clear through it. But still, it looks really nice. So let's line this back up here, and we will put it back here. Up next, it comes with the face hugger, and the face hugger looks really nice. It's done in the fluorescent green color that the alien's done in, and it has just a little bit of paint apps to the underneath. It has a little bit of dark green painted there, and it looks really nice. It has a bendy wire in the tail. I can't actually get it to wrap around any figure's faces because the tail, where is it? The bendy wire only goes to like right here, so the end of its tail doesn't have anything in it. So, let me see here. That is about the best you're going to get if you want to wrap it around a figure's face. This is just the closest figure that I have to me. I guess you could make it work. Of course, that's not on there the best. But just to show you what it's like, it doesn't wrap around it completely. It would have been nice if it could have wrapped around it completely. And I did want to show it next to the first version. So here are the differences. This one's done in more of an orangish color and has more paint apps to it. Of course, you can't see through it either because you can see where the wire ends right there. So there it is next to the original version. And for the final accessory, it comes with the chest burster. And this looks really good. And again, it has bendy wire in it. And as you can see, the bendy wire only goes to right there. The end of the tail doesn't have any bendy wire in it. But it has some really nice sculpted detail. So you can bend the tail however you want to. So that's pretty cool. Here is the first version. From the first Ultimate Big Chap figure. And you can see that this one is covered in blood and a gloss coating. It would have been cool if they would have put some blood on this one. That would have looked pretty cool. But there you can see the difference. And there's the underneath there. So yeah, pretty cool accessories that he comes with. So now let's go ahead and take a look at Big Chap himself. So taking a look at the head sculpt, NECA did a really good job on it. It looks very nice. And I do like this head sculpt better than the first one. Because here is the first one. And on this one you can see through the dome and see its skull. This one, I think you were originally supposed to be able to see through it. But then they added some darker paint to the front and back of the head sculpt. But this one, the dome is just done in a clear plastic so you can see all the way through it. So you can see its skull in there. And of course, you can see the differences to it. The paint apps, this is done in a black and glossy brown coat. And this one is done in fluorescent green with some touches of silver and some dark green paint over top of it. So it doesn't, it's not completely just green. They did add some paint to it. So I will go ahead and set the first Big Chap there. And the dorsal tubes look really nice. As I said, they have a little bit of dark green paint to them. But this part right here is what's odd. I was posing it around, and it's completely loose. It's not glued down like the first Ultimate Big Chap was. So that tends to fall off if you're posing the figure around, and that can get a little bit irritating. He has an articulated jaw that can move out, and the inner jaw can come out. But the annoying thing is it's really loose. You can just move it like that. It's very loose, just like the first release. And if you put it back in and close its mouth, it'll stay. But the second you open the mouth, then it's going to come shooting out of there. I wish it was a little bit tighter. I wish NECA would have improved that from the previous version. I wish it wouldn't have just, fell out as soon as you open the mouth. That's a little irritating. But all you do is just shove it back in there and close its mouth, and it stays for the most part. And you get these tubes running from its jaw to its back, which if you're not careful and you try to move the figure too much, you could probably rip these. I'm definitely careful when I'm posing the neck around because of that. Right here on the endoskeleton, you can see the dark green paint apps that it has to it, in between all of the biomechanical detail. You can especially see it right here on the bicep and the forearms. And, oh, I forgot to mention, you get the silver for the teeth on the inner jaw and the teeth on the outside. And then you get silver for its claws. That looks pretty good. And then you get silver for the toenails. And then, yeah, I thought so. You get touch of silver on the end of its tail as well. So this is exactly the same as the previous Big Chap, just done in a different color, of course. But it looks really nice. I'm a sucker for glow-in-the-dark figures, which I will show that after the articulation. So before I go over the articulation, I want to go over my main complaint with this figure. It is that this ball joint right here is very loose. It's not tight at all. And as you can see, he just wiggles back and forth. It's very loose. You can just move it like that and it'll just move side to side. Whereas the previous version, I'm just going to hold it sideways. It doesn't move at all. You actually have to move it. It's a very... I think the camera's picking that noise up. But as you can hear, it's a very tight joint. And it's, you know, you have to actually move it yourself to move it. But with this one, you can just shake it and it'll move wherever you want it to. So that's pretty irritating. That's the first NECA figure I've gotten like that just has that really loose torso. So leave a comment down below and let me know if you have gotten one like this or it's just mine. Because like I said, that's the first NECA figure I've had that problem with because it is just very loose. I thought maybe when I first got my package that it was just because of the heat, you know, because figures can get kind of gummy in the heat. But it has stayed this way consistently. So I'm not quite sure how to fix that. I mean, if you're leaving it alone, it's fine. But anytime you're posing it around, then it'll just roll around all willy-nilly. So that is pretty irritating, and that is my major complaint with this figure. Which, as you saw, the previous version doesn't have that issue, so maybe it's just mine. I don't know. So leave a comment down below and tell me if anyone else has gotten this issue. So now, let's go over the articulation. So, he has a ball-jointed head that can look up just about all the way. This does stop it. Can look down all the way. Can move his head side to side, which, like I said, you could probably rip these if you push the articulation too much, but these also kind of hinder a little, so you really don't have to worry about it too much because of these. He has ball-jointed shoulders that can move out just about all the way. He has double-jointed elbows that can bend in that far. And it also has swivel right there at the forearm. There, swivel at the forearm. Swivel at the wrist that can move up and down all the way. And side to side. A really loose ball-jointed diaphragm right here that just moves around all willy-nilly. You can just barely hit it and it'll move. So, yep, you get that really loose ball joint. You get ball-jointed hips that can do a complete split. So if you wanted an alien that can do a complete split, you can do that. He has swivel at the thigh, double-jointed knees. He has ball-jointed ankles that can move down just a little bit, up just a little bit, side to side, and rock just a little bit. And swivel at the toes that can move down all the way and up all the way. And he has swivel at the tail that can move side to side, and that bendy wire, so you can bend the tail in any position that you want it to. It's articulated up to the end here. But yeah, you can definitely get some really good articulation out of the tail. So, if you have the previous Big Chap figure, you know what to expect from this. This is exactly the same. The only thing that's different is, of course, it's glow-in-the-dark. It has some slightly different paint apps, and mine's torso is wobbly. But other than that, it's exactly the same. So, today there won't be any size comparisons just because it's exactly the same as the other alien figure, the other Big Chap. But I did want to show it glowing in the dark. That's probably what you've waited this whole review to see, is to see how it glows in the dark. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the lights off. So here is the moment that you've all been waiting for. Here is the Big Chap face hugger, chest burster, and the egg all glowing in the dark. I turned off all the lights on my review station here, and man, that looks amazing. The glow in the dark on it looks very, very nice. So I'd highly recommend picking this up. It is just basically just a different deco for the previous Big Chap alien. So if you have that figure, you pretty much know what to expect. But it is really nice. Like I said, I'm a sucker for glow-in-the-dark figures. So I'd highly recommend it. So that's my review. If you like this review, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.